What is up, everyone? This will be my Darius jungle video, and I'm going to teach you everything you need to know on how to play Darius jungle and climb. So first of all, we're going to be playing in Emerald Division, and for this game, I'm just going to talk about my thought process, all the decisions I'm making as I'm playing the game, and also the things that you really need to focus on when you're playing this champion. So Darius jungle, extremely broken. Next patch, he is getting slight nerfs to his passive clear, but I think he's still going to be extremely strong. For him, you want to be going for the phase rush page, and second page, attack speed triumph is really strong. You can go conquer, but I prefer to just have phase rush. For pathing, you always want to do a full clear. You can either start blue or red. This game, I generally want to path towards bot side, so I'm probably going to start blue, and you always want to start W level 1. You're going to be maxing Q first, and then you're going to be maxing E second. So here, always start with an auto attack into a W. So you always know auto attack resets are on your W. So you always want to utilize that. So auto attack, then W. And with your bleed effect, you can easily just kind of leave the camp at pretty healthy HP. And then just let your bleed. Your bleed generally will do around 200, I would say 200 damage level 1. And as you kind of get levels, you get more points, more damage. It goes up and up and up. So just remember, early game, it's around 200 for the bleed effect. So here you can probably leave it around, this auto, and it should be able to bleed and kill it in that time. You also have to reset, be careful of the reset mechanic. And here you always want to kind of kite with your Q. Your Q effect on the monster camp applies a bleed effect, which only works if it hits the outer Q, right? So you always want to kind of watch for that here. You can see how you always move with the direction, and that's really important. You go E level 3. E actually just gives you the extra armor pen, which is really good. And here you want to make sure you Q it, and you want to hit the babies with the E, right? So the E will just help you clear really fast here, and it just kind of speeds up everything. Here you can easily go for this. Oh, forgot one little baby, but it's not really the end of the world there. You won't tell anyone about what I've done. And in this game, we're going to be playing for, just full clear into a gank, possibly afterwards. You can smite for a very fast clear. You can wait a bit for, a smite on crab or a smite for the fight, whatever you prefer. If you want to be really quick, you can easily just smite here, and you're pretty much done the camp on the next Q timer, and you're cleared. It's really not that hard to clear on him. You just have to make sure you're not really wasting too much time. You can always get around 303. Because you clear so fast, you can easily just be here. It's a Viego. Viego is going to be clearing around now time, so I can just watch and check his camps. So here I'm going to just go in here, easily get this kill. So we just take it slow. And it's just a very easy kill there. Here I do have my abilities. And that blade will die to that bleed effect. Viego, what was he doing? I don't know. But early level 4, Darius is one of the strongest champions in the game. If somehow they can actually burst you down before you can get your 5 stacks, generally that's not going to happen. So you can be very confident in that. So here, whenever you miss a camp like this, it's actually not... It's sort of like a bug. It doesn't count when you kill the small raptors. It only counts when you kill the big one. So don't worry about that at all. And here your build, you want to go into the Ghost Blade. Switch to Sweeper if you want to have the Sweeper buy. I really like the Ghost Blade. Some games you can go into the Stride Breaker too. But honestly, the reason I think Darius is really broken is because he can really take advantage of this item. That's really broken for his buy. So Viego's no flash there. I'm just going to ping my Scion to let him know that we can easily go for a kill here. So here I'm going to hit the plan for extra vision. So this plan will actually just speed us up as we're going in. If he was able to hit that, that would have been nice. Otherwise, I'm really not going to let him have this Krug camp, but he has a pink here. So I have to kind of respect that. The problem is I would destroy him 1v1, right? My buys are extremely good for fights. But Volibear is very easy for him to rotate and kill me. And you're not really a type of champ who wants to be, in a very deep situation. So I'm happy with just going back and farming here. Your ganks are strong once you have Ghostblade. If you don't have Ghostblade yet, your ganks are not going to be as strong as you would like. You can see the bleed effect is already taking around 400 damage. The Dirk buy, it just goes up dramatically. So Dirk buy is really important for how much you're going to really kill them with the bleed effect. For farming, that is. So just remember, bleed effect really, takes over time. And that's just something you want to pay attention to. Here, void grubs are really good for us. We do want to play it. Viego's looking to maybe cross here. Here you want to hit the babies with your outer Q. You don't want to hit the big one because the big one is actually not that important for you to hit. What I think is Viego's kind of doing some weird shit here, so I'm going to just cross and scout the area, see what's going on. Clear this ward, and then cross for the grubs. I would love to have cleared Krugs, but because, you know, we're on a timer. When you're on timers, you always want to make sure you play towards, you know, your efficiency. And the grubs are going to be really easy for us to kill. If you watch my videos, you know, if you just stand in the middle, you're pretty much instantly going to kill them. So you just want to stand here, do this Q, and then just play the game of autoing each one. It's going to be really fast. Just kill one and then boom. And your fleet effect will just pretty much kill them really, really quickly. You can kind of want to bounce your autos a bit, just to kind of have 5 stacks pretty much ready on them. You can see if you want to time that, that's a very quick, very beautifully quick void grub timer. And that's just how you want to play it. So what I know is Viego's topside is going to respawn. I know this is going to be 4 around the time my Gromp was cleared. Remember, he was earlier. It's going to be his first respawn. His red's coming up. He's shown intent to be on dragon. So what we want to do is just do the red. In this situation, I'm not really afraid of Viego being here. I'm more afraid of Oriana or Volibear coming. You just have to respect that. And if I'm able to get 6 on this red buff, it's going to be really good for us. A lot of times when you know if they're on dragon, you can just do pretty much what I just did right now. I don't think I'm going to kill him. There might be an angle here though. I really do like getting, you know, some damage here. And yeah, you love to see that. I was hoping Rel was going to go on Mel for us, but you know, you can't have everything you want in the world. But you know, you can see that E range, you just, when you're going to be good on Darius is when you have that E range just down like a clown. Like once you have that ready and you know exactly how your E range is, you can start pulling people in perfectly. You're going to be doing really well. And you're going to love that about you. Here, I'm going to just go for the gank. Very straightforward. Start with our E auto attack, W rotation. Remember, our combos are very important on Darius. Your W attack reset, you're usually using it to help you stack to your 5-stack bleed faster. When you pull them in, you're pretty much guaranteed to kind of just get this auto attack W into that Q. That's 3 stacks right away. And you really want to mix this. Later in the game, you're not going to use the W attack reset as often just because, you know, games, you're going to really need that slow effect right away. You can see the bleed effect's just beautifully done. Oh my god, the bleed is so strong. So they are going to nerf this slightly, but I still think Darius is going to be a really strong jungler. He just won't be insane like he was right now, right? Like right now, I would say he's just absurd how fast he can clear. Also, I'm kind of farming a bit too much when I should really base because what do we have? Our beautiful Ghost Blade, right? So we want to get that item and we want to start getting to our sort of like Swifties and Boots by. For Boots, you want Swifties. Ghost Blade, I mean, it's Ghost Blade into Deadman's pretty much. Sterix, those sort of items are your go-to. Getting this Ghost Blade, a pink ward, you're pretty much God at this point. So if you're God, what should you be doing? You should be playing extremely aggressive. You should be asserting yourself and you should not be scared to take a fight, right? Like you should be really happy about taking a fight right now. If Viego was in this side of the jungle, I'd be like, hey, Viego, we're going to have a little situation here and I need you to come talk to me. So Sweeper, check for vision. Viego's here. We just go on him right away. Really fast, right? So that's sort of what we're using. We're using that sort of movement speed. We can get the phase rush and just sort of take advantage of all that. You know, we're just pushing him out. He used pretty much all he has to get out of that situation. And, you know, that's just kind of what we want from him. If he didn't use all his escapes, he's a bit of a tricky one to go on. If other champs are going to be easier for us to just clown them like that. Absolutely destroy them. And there, you know, the W slow, I just applied it right away. The slow is insane, 90% for 1 second. Just getting this on a sort of range champion will pretty much guarantee that their life is just not going to last much longer. Crab's coming up. Obviously, I don't want to give it up. So we're going to be maxing each second. Q points are really nice. And I still haven't really used my ultimate. I still have pretty much all my stuff available. Mel might come this way, so I might be able to look for a pick here. So I have 2 options how I want to play this. Most likely we'll cross. I'm going to Ghost Blade early, just to maybe get her. Just, that could have been a kill there. We can get the phase rush and just sort of take advantage of all that. You know, we're just pushing him out. He used pretty much all he has to get out of that situation. And, you know, that's just kind of what we want from him. If he didn't use all his escapes, he's a bit of a tricky one to go on. If other champs are going to be easier for us to just clown them like that. Absolutely destroy them. And there, you know, the W slow, I just applied it right away. The slow is insane, 90% for 1 second. Just getting this on a sort of range champion will pretty much guarantee that their life is just not going to last much longer. Crab's coming up. Obviously, I don't want to give it up. Oh, I wish that was a bit closer. I could have played a bit more confident there. I was in a really, you know, I could have played a bit better there. I could have went for the Q before the ultimate. There you see how Mel was really walking up when I was entering that brush. That usually reveals that there might be someone else there. So you want to be cautious as you approach that. That's something I was very aware of. Instantly, I felt like, okay, the presence of Mel walking up like that with no W up is super sus. Viego has to be there doing the grubs or thinking about doing the grubs. So really, body language is really important to understand when you're watching people. Here in this game, I'm going to go straight to the grubs, extremely strong. I don't necessarily need ulti to destroy this Viego. It's just something that will come naturally as I'm in these sort of positions. So here, same thing, we just play for the grubs. We can take our Q position here. What I like about this Q position, if no one's really in the area, because you can just kind of stack up your bleed effect and it heals you on all three very nicely. So you just want to have your bleed effect just to speed it up. And here I'm able to kind of pull her. And that's just, you know, a blind pull. But you kind of have the idea of like what this guy's planning, right? I know this guy, or I can tell Mel is sort of walking through that path. You can easily pull people over walls like that. It's a very extremely broken thing that you're able to do. And here I'm just going to keep farming. I'm going to farm down and make sure that I'm able to kind of play for this dragon. This is a point where you're honestly very susceptible to getting bursted down, especially with a Ghost Blade and just having Swifties. You're really in a bad spot. You're going to find yourself in bad spots getting one shot. So team fight, CC, it's going to ruin your day. So you have to be really aware of that. In this fight, I would love to fight here, but I need to make sure that we don't get Ori ultied or anything like that. So I have to be careful about all these shenanigans. You are easily bursted down, especially in chain CC. You just have to be careful till you start to get that dead man's buy. The dead man's buy is when I feel really, you know, I can survive against these sort of burst champions. You can still easily die, but you have much more, you know, survivability. But really be careful with that. That's something I notice a lot of people are... something I noticed as I was picking up Darius is I usually just chain int a lot at this point. Just have to respect that you're not going to be very tanky. From here, the bleed effect, you could easily let it stand for much longer. Here, I think Viego could rotate. My team is looking real spicy. But I want to finish my camp, and then I'm going to look for, you know, possible kill here. So here, you just want to get on him. You want to avoid that ability, pretty much. I want to go on this guy first. And then I can easily go on the Mel target, right? So Mel's trying to go for a kill on the Samaria. Boink. She may flash. She may just die to tower here. Executes are fun in the game of League of Legends. And here I'm just going to kind of get the tower. And from here on, we do have a good base. I don't think there's much else for us to get. Could contest his bot side, but the enemy bot lane is going to be on respawn, so we don't really want to do that. Easily start building into my deadmans, which I really do like right now. And I'm starting to have my top side reset. So going straight mid, definitely the play, just to track and see where we're sort of going to play our map position right now. Most likely we're just going to start going top side, farm whatever top side's up. He could have skipped Crab. Most likely Crab is gone, but we're just going to double check. Okay, Crab's up. Do we want to invade with Scion? Probably not, because we have pretty much a lot of farm going. This position is suicidal. Yeah, he's going to get a kill, but I think he might get collapsed on. And I'm not really in a business to kind of save bears right now. Bears' lives do matter. Or sorry, Scion. But it's not really important for now. Here, I'm able to kind of clear... Look at this passive burn, by the way. It's already doing around 800 to 900 damage, right? It's where it's going to be really, really powerful. So you can kind of know that's going to do around 900. And just clear with that in mind. You don't want to mess up and not, like, you know, clear the camp. But it's very forgiving right now. So here, let's play bot side. I'm going to probably make my way down there. It may take some time or not that much time at all. But I will make my way there. Yoink. And, you know, just getting to the stack point is just really important. Almost killed me there, but I'm able to kind of get the Q. The outer Q healing is really essential to a lot of the plays you're going to be making. You're really going to need that extra healing from the Q effect. That's going to keep you going. And now I'm pretty much happiest man on the Rift. Dead man's ready to go. Get my pink ward, or in this situation, we're about to get an extra ruby. Here is usually where you're going to go into, you know, like the Sterix. Even if they have it really can be weird if they have a lot of AP. You might want to go into Force of Nature, but generally the extra damage will be really nice to have from Sterix. So you'll probably end up finding yourself going for that component. Here I'm just tracking her movements a bit, seeing if she does anything weird. Nothing weird so far. Raptors are up. He's probably on Krugs right now. So what I'm going to do is just check real quick. Check Krug camp. He is on Krug. So what we're going to do is loop around. We just want to get on him with an auto attack first. And from there on, we're just going to leave. I think Bully is up here, but he might be gone already. And we just get his ultimate. Should have pulled him a bit further away from the wall. He can ulti over, but if you pull him farther away, you can make it a little chain CCM right after. So that was my bad. I definitely could have. I think that was a kill for sure, unless he had flash. And here we just do the objective. And when you're really strong in these item spikes, you can always see from my game, I'm always kind of emphasizing playing really aggressive, doing all these sort of plays. Here, of course, you want to get the crab. The crab is always juicy. Really juicy. It's a bit awkward. We have Dragon and 12. I just want to clear my top side because we are Darius. We can absolutely get enough time where we can clear this and then just group up with our bleed effect doing around 800. Unless you start the reset cycle. My team is kind of trolling, but it's not really a concern for me yet. I might group up here. Damn, I can only kill the Mel. I'm gonna get the Swifties here, most likely. Swifties buy is just really good for us. Team kind of trolling by going there mid and fighting. That's why you have to just not get baited by them. Your team wants to lose games. You do not listen to what they want to do. There, maybe if I pulled the Volibear, he was still unstoppable from his ultimate. I should have waited a bit longer. I could have pulled him, and that would have done a good amount. This Swifties buy is going to be huge, though. Slow effects, pretty good. You're generally going to buy boots, either Swifties or Merc Treads. Some cases, maybe armor boots, but generally it's Swifties or Merc Treads. Those are your two boots. And right now, you want to go into that Sterix buy. The thing about building more damage on Darius is the Sterix with the Ghostblade is pretty much all the damage you need. Sometimes I go DD if I want to really feel, you know, that good armor spike. Those are your general armor and, you know, damage items that you're going to be investing in. And that's pretty much what I find myself investing in. Here, I really don't think we should give. But I'm getting poked out, so I need my Rel to go in here. Here we can actually start it. And you just want to start it with Darius because you can pretty much guarantee that you're not going to have a problem with it. You can heal. If you want to fight, you can fight too. But if you can just stay on the objective, it's really good because your bleed effects will really help trick it down. And also you can just start Q healing on it. You're really not going to take that much damage from it. I could drop Herald here. But I do like saving Herald a lot. I like to use Herald only for... I like using Herald only for outer towers. So these towers or this one. That's usually where I like to use my Herald. Also a really nice combo in some situations if you're playing against someone who has flash. You want to guarantee your Q. You can just instantly do an E into a Q. That one generally is really strong. Or E instantly into a W to guarantee the 90% slow. And then you're pretty much guaranteed to hit the Q unless they flash. There's just some combos that are really good on Darius. But as you can see, this game I really have been playing heavily around farm. CS wise, we've been doing really well. We've been playing really aggressively. And here I do want to play for this tower. Like we talked about, I really want these outers. My Bleach should kill him. And I should be able to get this with the Shelly. If Viego's behind me, I'm going to kill him. Looks like he's on blue is what I think. See how fast we are. We just want to get the pull on and then follow him. Remember, we just want to stack our bleed effect. He's very quick. He's a quick one. He's a quick one. You can pull champs over the wall. With your bleed effect getting really, really high damage, you can easily kill over walls too. But yeah, from now on, I'm just gonna, just dominate the situation. Probably just do the Otacon. Otacon, come here. And Otacon will just give me, I'm not gonna take any damage. We want to secure this game, so all I do is just, play around that. If Viego somehow comes here, we just kill him. Pretty much the story of the game. You do want to avoid getting hit by those Q effects, right? So when he shoots out those, like, orbs, that's pretty much what you really just have to avoid. There's no reason for you to get hit by those. Those are, like, not acceptable for you to get hit by. This part's always really fun. Thank you, Riot Games. Love it. From here, we're going to base and go into our next item. So with Baron coming up, we do want to play around Baron. I also want my Sterix. I can go Pink Ward. Having pinks for Baron is always essential. If you don't feel like you utilize pinks well, just put a pink on the Baron itself. Here, this game, we still have so much time, so I'll probably end up playing for, like, a fight. But like we talked about, we never want to stop farming. This game is just, jungle is just all about that farm. You always want to play towards that. Sion will probably die. I do want this Orianna pretty much. What we're going to do is go for the Ori. Smite her, pull her in. Remember, we want to use the phase brush to dodge. And she ulties, we can just kill her. And, that's all they wrote, right? Q flash. Once you get the 5 stacks, pretty much puts a buff on you where for the next, like, 5 seconds, anyone you hit with your spell will apply your 5 bleeds, right? So you pretty much turn into God when you proc it. It's like a buff that you can keep refreshing as long as you hit someone with the stacks. Well, hope you guys liked the video. Be sure to like, subscribe if you haven't already. Good luck on the Darius climb. I'll see you guys next time. And yeah, goodbye.